A simple position can reveal blockages that no therapy ever finds. You woke up today with that ultra-familiar tension. Maybe it's your belly clenched tight like a closed fist, or your back locked up like a door that just won't budge. You've tried everything: massage, stretching, even alternative treatments, but it always comes back. It keeps coming back, like it's part of who you are. Here's the truth no one ever told you. This stiffness didn't start in your physical body. It started in your nervous system, the day something inside you chose to freeze in order to survive. Every tense fiber holds an untold story. Every tight muscle holds a movement that was interrupted halfway through. Your body became a living archive of experiences your mind couldn't process, and now it's begging you to learn its secret language. There is one ancestral position, so simple it almost feels impossible, that works like a vibrational X-ray of your inner world. In just seconds, it reveals where your vital energy was trapped, and how to free it without reliving a single moment of pain. What you're about to experience is a return to your body as a space for precise self-diagnosis. This practice reveals that you carry within you the most refined somatic listening ability there is. The power to translate your own tension into a living source of information. In just 2 minutes of conscious application, you'll access insights about your energetic state that no external consultation could ever reach. You'll discover not only where your energy meets resistance, but you'll feel in your own body the exact moment when that resistance took shape. Scribes from ancient Mesopotamia recorded physical practices used to read the soul's inner maps through the flesh. They understood that certain bodily configurations opened direct channels of communication between consciousness and the deepest layers of human experience. That wisdom has traveled across entire civilizations, preserved through lineages that never lost their connection to the body as an internal oracle. What you're about to learn today is a direct descendant of these ancestral somatic self-inquiry practices. And by the end of this experience, you won't just have a tool for physical release. You'll have reclaimed an innate capacity that was always yours. The ability to turn tension into information, stiffness into revelation, and blockages into portals of deep reconnection. Your body will no longer feel like foreign territory. It will become your most intimate and trustworthy guide. In the oldest Hermetic traditions, the belly was seen as the cauldron of creative will, the place where vital energy transforms into physical manifestation. When this center becomes chronically tense, it blocks not only blood and lymphatic flow, but also interrupts the primal impulse to create, expand, and express. Body alchemy has always understood that muscle tension represents energy in a paused state, waiting for safe conditions to start flowing again. Modern neuroscience explains exactly how this happens. Stephen Porges, through the polyvagal theory, showed that the nervous system uses muscular freezing as a third survival strategy when fight or flight is no longer an option. In this state, the body literally crystallizes the traumatic experience into specific tension patterns, creating a somatic memory that lasts far beyond the original event. The fascia, an intelligent connective tissue mapped by researchers like Thomas Myers, acts as a cellular storage network, where unprocessed experiences are recorded as chronic contractions. This tissue responds instantly to emotional shifts, creating precise body maps of where each experience has been archived. When ancestral traditions spoke of energy knots, they were describing exactly what science confirms today: specific points where the autonomic nervous system chooses to interrupt the flow of life force as a protective measure. The stiffness you feel is not a mechanical defect. It is crystallized body wisdom, a somatic archive system waiting for a safe moment to release its information and flow again as living energy. Let's begin by creating the internal environment your body needs in order to reveal its deepest layers of information. The first phase of this protocol involves preparing your nervous system for a state of genuine somatic listening. Find a place where you can lie down comfortably without interruptions for a few minutes. Lie on your back on a firm but supportive surface. Allow your eyes to close naturally and begin to feel the weight of your body being held by the ground. Take 3 conscious breaths, letting each exhale carry away any rush or expectation about what is supposed to happen. This moment is about creating internal safety, an environment where your nervous system can lower its usual defenses and allow bodily information to become accessible. Slowly, bring your knees toward your chest and gently hug them with your arms. This is the ancestral position that works as a vibrational diagnostic portal. Don't force anything. Simply invite your knees to come closer to your torso at a pace that feels natural for your body. Notice how this configuration immediately shifts something inside you. The belly softens, the lower back stretches, the breath deepens. But more important than these visible physical changes is what's happening in your nervous system. You're activating the vagus nerve, sending signals of safety throughout your entire body. Stay in this position for a few moments, simply breathing and feeling. Don't try to find anything specific just yet. Just allow your body to settle into this ancient configuration and begin to trust that it is safe to feel whatever needs to be felt. Now that your nervous system recognizes safety, it's time to develop the capacity for refined somatic listening. With your knees still gently held against your chest, begin to notice the sensations that arise in your body without trying to change or judge them. Somatic listening works like tuning into a radio frequency. You need to adjust your attention until you can catch the signals your body is constantly transmitting. First, notice where you feel the most tension or resistance while holding this position. It might be in your lower back, your belly, your shoulders, or even in places you didn't expect. Each point of tension carries specific information. Stiffness in the belly often points to old contracts with safety, a fear of expansion or creation. Tension in the back frequently reveals a burden of responsibilities taken on to gain approval or a sense of belonging. Tightness in the chest usually signals emotional protection, moments when the heart chose to close off in order to avoid more pain. Breathe softly into each area of tension you identify without trying to force a release. Simply acknowledge, there's a message for me here. With practice, you'll begin to sense that each tension holds a different energetic quality. Some feel old, carrying the weight of family memories. Others are more recent, linked to everyday stress. The deeper ones might bring up sensations of emptiness, abandonment, or stored anger. This is your body's vibrational language becoming conscious. You're not analyzing things psychologically, you're feeling directly and precisely where your life force meets resistance and waiting for guidance on how to safely release these crystallized patterns with care and respect. Vibrational release happens by creating systemic safety, not by force or manipulation. With the insights your body revealed in the previous phase, you can now begin the conscious dissolution protocol. For each area of tension identified, breathe directly into that spot, as if you were sending oxygen and space to the rigidity. Breath becomes a messenger of safety for the nervous system, signaling that it's safe to let go of protective patterns that are no longer needed. Place one of your hands over the area of tension. It might be your belly, your chest, or wherever you noticed resistance. This touch isn't meant to press or massage, but to communicate presence and acceptance. Through the palm of your hand, you're saying to that part of your body, I see you, I recognize your protection, I honor what you've held for me. Stay here for a few minutes, simply breathing into the tension and offering this conscious touch. Don't expect a dramatic or instant release. True somatic dissolution happens when the body feels safe enough to let go of old protective agreements. Some tensions dissolve immediately. Others require several sessions before they begin to soften. What matters is that you're restoring intimate communication with your own system, learning the language that has always been yours. When you feel this phase is complete, slowly release your knees and remain lying down for a few more moments. Notice the subtle changes in your circulation, your breath, and the overall sense of flow in your body. You've just experienced a diagnosis and a treatment that came from within. Honoring your body's innate wisdom to self-regulate when it's given a safe environment. Liam was 48 years old when he realized he had been living with his belly constantly clenched, as if bracing for a blow that never came. He woke up tense, worked tense, and went to sleep the same way. Doctors spoke of stress, physical therapists suggested posture adjustments, but nothing explained why that specific tightness never fully let go. One morning, while practicing the ancestral position for the first time, he brought his knees to his chest, and a deep layer of his being began to speak. A somatic memory surfaced without words. At 8 years old, he had tightened his belly during a violent argument between his parents, as if trying to shield himself from the emotional chaos around him. 40 years later, that childhood contraction was still active, holding an unconscious promise never to be vulnerable again. In the weeks that followed, Liam practiced somatic listening every day. He didn't try to force any release. He simply offered presence to that part of himself that had carried the burden of protection for so long. Little by little, the tension began to dissolve, not as a temporary relief, but as a deep reconnection to a lost capacity, the ability to exist in the world without wearing a constant physical armor. The rigidity that had defined his identity for decades revealed itself to be something else, entirely a gateway to a more alive and fluid presence. Liam discovered that his body was not a problem to be fixed, but a sacred territory waiting to be recognized. The language he had forgotten how to speak became familiar again, turning tension into information and blockage into restored life force. Maybe you're hesitating right now, thinking, what if listening to my body makes me relive pains I'd rather keep buried? That resistance is natural and completely valid. Most people carry an unconscious belief that accessing old tensions means reliving trauma or reopening wounds that were difficult to heal. But somatic listening works very differently. When you offer conscious presence to your tension, you are not reliving the original experience. You are communicating safety to the part of you that became frozen in time. It's like telling that tension, you can let go now. I'm here to take care of you. The protocol you've learned creates a systemic environment of safety, where release happens organically, respecting the pace and boundaries of your own body. There is no traumatic exposure, no need to dive into painful memories. There is only recognition, presence, and permission, allowing your life force to flow again where it once was blocked. Your body knows exactly how to heal once it finds the right environment to do so. You've made it this far because something deep inside you has always known that your body holds a wisdom far greater than any external diagnosis. What you've discovered today is not just a technique, it's a return to the ancestral capacity to be deeply intimate with your own somatic language, to recognize tension as messages, not enemies to be fought. For years, you may have treated your body like foreign territory, a broken machine in need of constant repair. Today, you've rediscovered that it has always been your most trustworthy oracle. Your living archive of experience, your direct portal to layers of self that the rational mind can never reach. The rigidity you carried was never a prison, it was protection. It served its purpose and was simply waiting for your permission to let go. Rainer Maria Rilke once wrote, "The body is a house of many rooms, and in each one lives a different part of our soul." When you learned to listen to those inner rooms, you found that each tension held, not just pain, but the key to its own release. The deepest transformation happens when we stop fighting ourselves and start becoming curious about our own internal language. Your clenched belly was not an obstacle, it was the guardian of a vitality waiting to be seen. Your tense back was not a problem, it was the archive of responsibilities that could now be consciously rebalanced. Every point of stiffness revealed itself as a gateway to reconnect with aspects of yourself that had been temporarily silenced. You didn't heal your body today. You remembered that it was never broken. It was simply waiting for you to relearn the language that has been yours since your very first breath. The life force you restored is not some external achievement. It is a return to what has always been your birthright, to inhabit your own body as sacred ground for self-knowledge and healing. If this content resonated with you, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That helps us expand this field of ancestral knowledge even further. I'd love to know how your own vibrational diagnosis felt. Drop a comment below saying, "My rigidity reveals where my vital energy needs to flow." This statement seals your presence on the path of deep somatic listening. Share this video with someone you know needs to rediscover the language of their own body. And don't stop here. Click on the screen and dive into another transformative video from the channel. Every reconnection practice brings you closer to the wisdom that has always lived inside you. Remember, when you treat rigidity as a message, it stops being a problem and becomes a portal to your restored life force.